This was Thanos' most brutal beatdown ever. Captain Marvel tackled him hard to the ground, then grabbed his neck in a chokehold. Banner burst up from underground, working with Rhodey to pin down his arms. Then Thor smashed through the door and chopped off his arm without hesitation. Their goal was crystal clear: the Infinity Stones on that gauntlet. But when they saw the stones had already been destroyed by Thanos, Banner lashed out in rage. Thor swung his axe and ended his evil existence. Everyone fell into despair because without the stones, they couldn't bring back those who vanished. It seemed like game over, but 5 years later, in an old storage unit, a rat scavenging for food accidentally triggered the quantum portal and freed Scott Lang, who'd been trapped inside. He immediately asked a security guard for help, but out on the streets, garbage everywhere and missing person flyers on every corner left Scott completely stunned. Then when he reached a nearby memorial, thousands upon thousands of headstones blew his mind even more. When Scott got closer, he discovered his own name was carved on one of them. So he rushed straight to the Avengers compound. Captain America was shocked to see Ant-Man at the gate. Scott told everyone what happened to him. Turns out 5 years ago, he got accidentally stuck in the quantum realm. But when he got out, he realized time flows completely differently between the two dimensions. 5 years in the real world was only 5 hours in the quantum realm, which means if they could enter the quantum realm at a specific point in time, then exit at another specific point, they could actually pull off theoretical time travel. If they got all the stones before Thanos did, they could save millions of innocent lives that vanished. No time to waste. They drove straight to find Tony living off the grid. But before Scott could even pitch his idea, Tony shut him down cold. Tony had already run the numbers on this, and the odds of making it work through the quantum realm were 1 in a billion, worse than a snowball's chance in hell. As a father now, he couldn't afford to take risks. Seeing Tony so dead set against it, Captain America had no choice but to leave the research data and head out disappointed. Next they tracked down Dr. Banner. Over 5 years he'd been working on himself. And with gamma radiation treatment, Banner successfully merged strength with intelligence, creating this perfect hybrid form. Though Banner wanted to save the vanished, time travel really wasn't his area of expertise. But with Nat's encouragement, Banner decided to give it his best shot. After getting Scott's quantum data, Tony couldn't stop thinking about it, and when he saw his photo with Spider-Kid, the guilt hit him even harder. So he asked Friday to run spatial calculations using Ant-Man's data, and to his surprise, the whole simulation actually worked. Meaning Ant-Man's time heist theory was actually feasible. Tony immediately went to find Pepper and told her he'd found a way to save everyone. The next day, Banner had built a time travel device, but their experiments weren't going so well. When Ant-Man went through the quantum tunnel, he kept turning into a kid, then an old man, and finally even turned into a newborn baby. Luckily Nat shut down the machine in time, and Scott barely dodged that bullet. Did somebody crap in my pants? Just as Captain America stepped outside to clear his head, Tony rolled up to the Avengers compound in his fancy car. When he saw Captain America looking all gloomy, he couldn't resist a jab.
By the long face. Let me guess, you turned into a baby.
Tony had cracked it overnight and built a working space GPS. He came to make peace with Captain America and brought a gift: the vibranium shield that Black Panther damaged in Civil War. Tony not only fixed it, but gave it to Captain America for good. Now they were all set. Next step was rounding up the other Avengers, then heading back in time to grab the remaining Infinity Stones.